Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I'm going to give people just a couple more minutes to join. We still have quite a few people we're waiting on just to see if they pop in before we get started. Feel free to use the chat in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll send a message there now so you can see where it's at. And I thank you for joining. Like I said, we'll just hang out for a second. I'm going to give them another minute or two to join. How's everybody's day going? I feel like I've been busy since I woke up. Let's see, we still have a couple people joining. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. And if people come in late, we will be sending a recording afterwards. And so if you have to drop out early or if you come in late, you'll have the recording. I have Yelena here with me. She's going to help me out with moderating chat and just keeping an eye on any questions. I will be answering questions at the end, so I'm not ignoring you if you ask questions in the middle of the presentation. I'm just waiting to the end to answer them. So today we're going to talk about ClerkMinutes and how you can transform your municipal meeting minutes process with it. My name's Megan. I'm a ClerkMinutes specialist. Some of you may already know me. I know some of you already use our other product, HeyGov, and I think a couple of you already use ClerkMinutes. So if you don't know me, again, I'm Megan, and just like as I said, we'll answer questions, but it'll be at the end. So feel free to drop them out in any time throughout the presentation, and Yelena will get them to me when I'm ready to answer questions. All right, so just to start out, I was gonna ask a quick question just so I can see where everybody's at with AI and meeting minutes. So have you ever tried to use AI tools for your meeting minutes before? Just let me know in chat, yes, no, you've heard of them but never tried it. See quite a few no's. Wow. Usually I have more yeses than no's. Chat GPT, anything? Wow. All right. So the next question I have is, what is your biggest pain point with your current minutes process that you'd like to improve? Does it take too much time? Is formatting a nightmare? Is the agenda a pain? Keeping track of who said what? Or is it just everything? See, Jennifer said A, just takes too much time. I see a couple of D's, all of the above. I feel like I usually hear a combination of these answers. I know that it takes a lot of time. Sometimes formatting's just annoying. I actually have trouble formatting documents sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes it just gets really difficult. I see a couple, the agenda, and another, it takes too much time. I think that's something that most people have in common, is that it takes too much time. So as I've learned throughout the past year and a half that we've been doing ClerkMinutes, minutes take hours to finish the old-fashioned way. I've talked to many of our customers that spent up to 8 hours on their minutes a month, some even more. And they've really cut down that time with ClerkMinutes. We can shorten that process that's normally hours long to under 15 minutes to get you a really good draft version that you might just need to make a few edits to. And with that, you can get your time back to improve your community. You can be more involved with the events going on, build relationships, maybe even within your local government with other departments, other department members. And you can also spend more time on professional development, whether it be webinars or going to in-person trainings. That's really important so that you can keep up to date on everything that you can use to with your job. So why AI? I feel like that's a question I get a lot. A lot of people are nervous about AI. They're nervous it's going to take their job. And I will say, when I first saw AI being used how it's being used today, it was a little scary. You do have those fears, like, is it going to take my job? But then you realize it really does take a person to facilitate it and double check it and make sure it's accurate. It can't function all on its own as it is today. I like to say, why not AI? Really, I use it every day in my job. I don't do minutes, so I'm not using ClerkMinutes every day outside of just testing it, making sure it's working correctly. But I do use things like ChatGPT and similar AI tools to really just increase my efficiency. Like writing emails, I might have an idea, but I don't have the time to spend to format it correctly to make sure my grammar is correct. And so I can just pop it in, have it correct my grammar, maybe make it a little more professional sounding if it's a little too casual. And it really does help out. Or even ideas for presentations I'm doing, speeches, I can throw some information in it, have it come out with something a little bit more fully formed than what I put in. And it really does just increase your efficiency and help you out. I mean, I use tools every day that's not AI that also helps out with my efficiency, whether it's communicating with my coworkers or keeping up to date on the news apps on my phone. I don't think that there's an issue with using something that's just going to make you work a little bit more efficient and save you some time and make some things some things that are not your favorite things to do at your job a little bit less of a pain, because we all have those things that we just cannot stand doing at our jobs. So how does ClerkMinutes work? The first thing that you need to do in ClerkMinutes is build your agenda, and we have a couple options for this. You can either build it in our system, or you can just upload a PDF copy of your current agenda if you have a process that works for you. The second thing you need to do is upload your recording, and we'll discuss a little bit more in detail about each of these things. And then the last step is to process your minutes. And this is just proofreading, making little edits here and there to make sure that they're how you need them to be. So as I mentioned, the first thing that you need to do is upload an agenda or build it in our system. So if you upload it, it does need to be in PDF format. If you're using Word or anything like that, or even Google Docs, it's really easy to export it out into PDF format. And then the second option is you can create it with our agenda builder. With this, you can add in your agenda items, you can attach any documents, and you can have multiple users go in and add their agenda items as well. Either way you do it, it's going to put it in a format that our system can read so that it can match up with the transcript to build out your minutes. The second step is you need to upload your recording. And with that, I want to know how you record your meetings. Do you do audio recording, video recording, or maybe you don't currently record your meetings? I see audio, video, audio, video. Does anybody stream their meetings? I know that's been really big in the past few years since COVID. And I see Susan does not. Sarah, no. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I have a different group of people than I usually do. I feel like I usually have a lot of people live stream their meetings. I think it's cool when municipalities do, but I get not everybody has the ability to, whether it's cost prohibitive or maybe you're just a smaller municipality where there's really not a point in it. Well, if you don't already record your meetings, because there were a few of you who said that you don't record your meetings yet, there are quite a few different ways you can start recording your meetings. If you're a smaller municipality, you might be able to get away with a handheld recorder. I actually prefer for, if people ask me what I think they should do, I think you should just have an AV system put in. It's the easiest thing. It is a little bit more costly, but you're going to have everything set up exactly how you need to do. And it's a little bit more plug and play once they have it set up. It's easier to export out that audio, or if you have video, they can set that up for you where you can export the video out or just have it automatically transferred to your computer. There's also systems like Logitech Rally Plus, and then there's the OWL system where you can just set it on a desk and it'll record the audio and video for you. And that also works for maybe smaller to mid-sized municipalities. And then you can also just live stream. You can set it up where it connects to your computer and you can live stream to Zoom or YouTube. And we accept any common file formats for ClerkMinutes. All you have to do is upload the audio or video. If you do upload your audio or video to YouTube already, or you do stream to YouTube or Zoom, you can just add the link in and it'll automatically transfer that video into ClerkMinutes. Or as I mentioned, you can just upload it from your file explorer. Either way works perfectly fine. So the next step is to process your minutes. So to process your minutes, I have a question first. How long does it take for you to finish your minutes? I've heard wild varying answers from this, anywhere from just like an hour to 8 hours. I see Sarah, it takes her on and off for days. And another answer. Depends on the length of the meeting. So if you have like a, let's say a 2 to 3 hour meeting, how long does it take you? Maybe an hour. That's not too bad. And then Susan said it takes several hours. I know how people have to do minutes differs, especially from state to state, how in detail they have to be and what information needs to be in those minutes. I see Jennifer says this takes her several hours for that length of meetings. I think it really depends on your municipality, because some places prefer more detail. I've even talked to some municipalities that need a verbatim transcript, basically. So I know it differs pretty wildly from place to place. So to process your minutes on ClerkMinutes, there are a few steps to it. It's really quick to do, though. You need to assign speakers. It's not required, but it does help out to make sure the minutes are accurate. You need to set the length and tone. So how long do you want your minutes to be? What kind of tone you want them to be in? And then the last step is just double checking, make sure everything's correct, proofreading your minutes. So to assign speakers in our system, all you have to do is click on, it'll show like speaker 1, speaker 2, and you can choose from a drop down of people that you've added in the system previously, or you can add in new speakers. If someone says their name, or you've assigned them previously, it will try to auto assign that person, and you only have to do each speaker once. It can tell the difference between different people's voices. So if I was talking and you were talking and you assigned me a speaker 1, every time I was talking in that list, it's going to auto assign my name. And then the next step is to set length and tone. With this, you just choose the length of the minutes that you want, short, medium, or long. And you choose the tone. We have a few different options. There's professional, casual, official meeting format. I think there's some silly options. If you want it to sound like me, I think there's an option to make it sound like a Southerner. And there's, I think maybe a Wisconsinite. There's a few options in there that you can play around with and have fun with. And then you just click generate draft meeting minutes once you have chose the tone and the length. And then the last step is going to start writing the minutes before your eyes. You can sit there and watch it write them out. It's pretty cool. It'll be on a page that looks like this. And then you just need to edit your minutes. We have a full built-in text editor. You can set bullet points. You can add links in. You can make it bold. You can italicize. Anything you need to do, you can do within our text editor. And to make them even better, we have a few other things you can do. We have something called AI actions. So when you highlight the minutes, there'll be an AI actions button, and you can make them longer, a certain section longer. You can make a section shorter. You can change the style that it was written in. So maybe if you did it in casual, you want to change it into business formal, you can do that. We also have a DIY edit, as I like to call it, describe your change. So once you highlight it, you click describe your change. You can ask it to do anything to that section, or you can highlight the whole minutes and have it just redo the whole thing. With describe your change, you can have it translated to Spanish. You can say you want the full thing in bullet points. You can say that you want it in a different tone and in bullet points. I think that, let's see, I asked it to make the section longer and put it in paragraph form because the section had bullet points. And once you click OK, once you've described what change you want, it'll pull up a draft for you to approve. So you can scroll through, make sure it's how you want it, and then accept or discard it. If you accept it, it'll automatically input that into the section that you had highlighted. If you discard it, it'll just leave your minutes the same. And if you just don't like your minutes at all, you can click generate your minutes and just have it redo it again. And you can change the tone or the length to see if it does better results this time around. And if you are having issues with your minutes, it's not generating well, you have a comment you want to make to us, we do have a rating system. After you finish your minutes, there'll be 5 stars, and you can choose out of 5 stars how you would rate those minutes. And if you rate it low, we'll ask you why. And if you let us know, that helps us make the minutes better. So it'll have a few options that you can choose from for why your minutes didn't generate well. And I think it lets you type in too if it lets you type in your own description as well if nothing fits. And we read every single rating that we get, and it really does just help us improve the product. So now we've processed our minutes, and we've built the agenda, uploaded the recording, and we've processed our minutes. So our minutes are finished. To get a good draft version from beginning to end to where you start making the edits, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And then from there, you just need to go through and make sure all the information that you need is in the minutes, that it's in the format that you need it. And so once you're done editing, you have your minutes. And we did have a request that we just added in, I think last week. I think it just went live last week. So if you're one of the current users of ClerkMinutes, you'll be happy to hear this, or if you've used it in the past. We had a lot of people say that our long setting on minutes was not long enough, so we did make it longer. So this is what would generate previously when you chose that you wanted your minutes long. So we'll take a look at this section right here where it says Superior Police Department Smart Force Software and Technologies presentation. This is how it generated previously. I used the same recording, the same agenda, and I did it before and after we made the update live. So here's previously, and here's how long it generates now. So you can see there's a big difference in these sections. So our minutes are now a lot longer that generate. So I'll just flip through these a couple of times. You can see it's quite a bit longer. And I wanted to show you guys some comments by some of our current users. This isn't an exhaustive list of our current users, but it's some people who have talked to you about it and have had some input. We're going to highlight 2 today, and I'll highlight more in the future. So we've talked to Heather from the clerk from the city of Longview, North Carolina, and she said her favorite thing is not taking days and weeks to do her minutes. From the start of her uploading her minutes to the completion of her final minutes, it only takes her about 20 minutes with ClerkMinutes. And we also talked to Lene from the village of Rib Mountain in Wisconsin. And she said that ClerkMinutes cut out the anxiety or hesitation of doing the minutes the next day or morning, and that ClerkMinutes saved hours of her time. And because of this, I'd like to give you a gift since you all took time out of your day to come hang out with me and watch a webinar about ClerkMinutes and learn how it works. I'd like to give you the gift of reclaimed time and to help you free up your mental space and energy and give you a 30-day free trial of ClerkMinutes. It doesn't have a limit. You can play around with it as much as you want to make sure that it works for your municipality if you're interested in trying it out. If you want to try it out, you can scan this and it'll take you to a page where you can enter in some information and it'll let you go ahead and start your trial. I think it just asks for like name, municipality name, just some general questions. We don't ask for a credit card. You don't have to put in credit card information until your trial's over, and that's if you want to continue. We know that sometimes you start a trial, you enter in your credit card information, you forget, and then you get auto charged. And we don't want that to happen to you, so we don't require you to put in your credit card. I am the worst about that, about forgetting I started trials and then just having to pay for it. So you don't have to enter in credit card information. It's completely free to try, risk-free. Like I said, all you have to do is scan this and start your 30-day trial, or you can just let me know in chat or over email, and I'll send my email here. And we can get a trial started for you. I'll also send the link to this page in case you don't have your phone with you. I know not everybody has it while they're working. And this will just let you start your 30-day trial and just see if it works for your municipality. Every municipality is different. I think it's worked for, I'd say 75 to 80% of people who's tried it. There are people who just have very particular things that they need in their minutes that AI just can't do. So I would love for you to try it out and see if it works for you. Most of the people who have tried it, it saves them lots of time and it makes their minutes a lot less painful. Like I said, you can also just let me know in chat. And I'm also going to go ahead and start questions and answers. I'll leave this up. The QR code is at the top right of the page if you want to still scan and start your trial. If you have any questions, just go ahead and drop them in chat. And I'll hang out here for another 10 minutes or so if you have any questions. I need some background music. So Sarah asked, so would I have access to the summarized minutes as well as the transcription? Yes. And you can actually download the transcription out as well. You can export it out if you need the transcription also. So you have the summarized minutes that you can download. And you can download those into either PDF format or DocX format, which is like what Word or Google Docs uses if you want to make further changes. And then you have access to the transcription if you want a verbatim transcript. Yeah. Do we have any other questions? Like I said, I'll hang out here for a little bit because I finished my presentation a little early, which I'm sure nobody's complaining about. So if you have any questions, feel free to hang out and drop those in or email me. Otherwise, thank you all for attending. I know you're all really busy, especially with elections coming up soon. So I appreciate you just taking the time out of your day to come and watch.